Hello everyone and welcome to Brave Souls Rewind, the show where I 200 older characters so you don't have to. Today we'll be taking a look at the swimsuit version of Riruka, a character that at one point had the highest attack in the game, and thanks to her resurrection, she has the highest attack once again, though who knows how long that will last. High attack doesn't mean viable though, so let's find out if she's still usable. Now I started off with the normal attack damage build, and along with the highest attack she's also got a plus 40 bruiser and a plus 20 Nadlink. The result is actually a lot of damage from her normal attack, since she increases her own attack damage by 60%. Unfortunately for this build, that was not the problem. She's ranged, and since she's an older character, her attacks aren't piercing. This means that while she's able to deal a lot of damage, unless the enemies are bundled together, it's gonna take quite some time to pick them off. Essentially, she's a slow character. Now sure, you can make her faster by increasing her damage, but in order to increase it by any significant amount, you're gonna need either golden accessories or link slot levels, and you're better off using both of those on other characters. So yeah, while you can technically use this build, the length of time it would take you to clear any level just doesn't make it viable. Next up we have the strong attack damage / strong attack recharge build, and I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised by this build. I had completely forgotten that her magnifications on her strong attack 1 and 3 were not the standard 120. Both of these strong attacks do a lot more damage at close range, and the result was actually a better build than the last one. Who would have thought that the character with the highest attack in the game would be better with an SP build? Of course, like I said, you do have to get close up to the enemies. Her strong attack 1 is a wave move that does the most damage when hitting a group of enemies at close range, and her strong attack 3 is a 160 mag, similar to manga Shunsui's or manga Byakuyas. That does a lot of damage at close range, but it pushes enemies back, and the further they are, the less damage it deals. Still, having to rely on just two strong attacks, and having to meet the close range conditions, is not enough to make this build viable. While it was a little bit better than the last one, it still took me longer than I would have liked to clear the mission I was on. I could drastically increase her stats, but again, she's not the best character to do that on, so this build is not viable. Finally, we have the hybrid build, and because her strong attacks were better than her normal attack, I did decide to put a bit more focus on the SP than attack. Still, this build resulted in both of those doing a decent amount of damage. I did have to wait longer for the strong attacks to recharge, but as I mentioned earlier in the video, her normal attacks were never not doing a bad amount of damage. They're just kind of slow. Being able to balance the damage with her normal attacks and strong attacks made the run a lot faster, but not by a game-changing amount. Still, if you were gonna go with the build, definitely go with this one. You don't want to give up your normal attack damage, but your strong attack damage is too useful to ignore. Plus, this build doesn't use a chappy, and since she's got bombardment, that does come in handy. While you can clear some of the more difficult stuff with it, it's not going to be in any record-breaking time. And I definitely wouldn't take this build or this character in general in any co-op. Unless of course you 10-10-10 and Max Transcender. Overall, she did do a bit better than I thought. I was pleasantly surprised by her strong attacks, and I honestly wasn't expecting any of her builds to be remotely viable, even after her resurrection. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what other characters you want to see in a rewind.